In the shadowed valleys of Transylvania, where mist clings to jagged peaks and the wind whispers of ancient dread, begins the tale of Dracula, Bram Stoker's Gothic masterpiece published in 1897. This epistolary novel, woven through letters, diary entries, and newspaper clippings, tells the story of Count Dracula, a centuries-old vampire whose insatiable hunger for power, immortality, and blood drives a chilling narrative of horror, obsession, and human resilience. What follow is the full story of Dracula. The tale opens with Jonathan Harker, a young English solicitor, traveling to the remote castle Dracula in Transylvania to assist Count Dracula, a nobleman seeking to purchase property in London. Harker's journey is fraught with omens. Superstitious villagers warn him of evil, pressing crucifixes into his hands. Upon arriving at the decaying castle, he meets the Count, a gaunt, pale figure with piercing eyes and an unsettling charm. Dracula's hospitality soon turns sinister. Harker discovers his host's unnatural strength, lack of reflection, and nocturnal habits. Trapped, he encounters 3 seductive female vampires and learns Dracula, as true nature, a creature who feeds on human blood to sustain his eternal life. Harker's ordeal reveals Dracula's plan to relocate to London, where he can prey on a teeming population. Meanwhile, in England, Harker's fiancée, Mina Murray, spends time with her friend Lucy Westenra, a vibrant young woman pursued by 3 suitors, Dr. John Seward, Quincy Morris, and Arthur Holmwood. Lucy falls mysteriously ill, suffering from sleepwalking and inexplicable weakness. Dr. Seward calls upon his mentor, Professor Abraham Van Helsing, a Dutch doctor versed in occult lore. Van Helsing recognizes the signs of vampirism in Lucy's condition: pale skin, bite marks, and a strange lethargy. As Lucy's health deteriorates, Dracula's influence grows. He feeds on her, transforming her into a vampire, despite transfusions and protective measures. Lucy dies and rises as an undead predator, preying on children. Van Helsing, Seward, Holmwood, and Morris confront the horror of staking Lucy's reanimated corpse, freeing her soul. This act galvanizes them to hunt Dracula, now aware of the vampire's threat to humanity. Harker, having escaped the castle, reunites with Mina, and the group learns of Dracula's London properties through his real estate dealings. Mina, intelligent and resourceful, compiles their findings, but Dracula retaliates by attacking her, forcing her to drink his blood in a perverse ritual that begins her transformation. The group races to stop him, tracking his movements as he flees back to Transylvania, shipping himself in a coffin of native soil to preserve his power. The pursuit is fraught with peril. Mina's connection to Dracula allows Van Helsing to hypnotize her and glimpse the vampire AS plans, but it also risks her soul. The group, Harker, Van Helsing, Seward, Holmwood, Morris, and Mina, chases Dracula across Europe, battling his gypsy allies and facing harsh wilderness. In a climactic confrontation near Castle Dracula, as the sun sets, Harker and Morris strike. Morris fatally wounds Dracula with a knife, but the cowboy dies from his injuries. Dracula crumbles to dust, his curse lifted, and Mina is freed. The survivors mourn their losses but celebrate their victory over an ancient evil. The novel closes with a note years later. Harker and Mina, now married, have a son named Quincy, honoring their fallen friend. The tale, preserved in their journals, stands as a testament to human courage against unimaginable darkness. Count Dracula embodies traits of charisma, manipulation, predatory ambition, and a quest for dominance, often at the expense of others' lives. Let's explore a historical figure who share the same qualities, drawing parallels to Dracula's character. Vlad III ruled Wallachia with ruthless ambition. Known for his brutal tactic of impaling enemies on stakes, Vlad earned the moniker Tepes, meaning impaler. His charisma and cunning allowed him to maintain power in a volatile region, manipulating allies and foes alike to secure Wallachia against Ottoman invaders. Like Dracula, Vlad was a predator, his violence calculated to instill fear and assert dominance. His legend, steeped in blood, mirrors the Count's terrifying aura, though Vlad's motives were tied to political survival rather than supernatural hunger. His ability to inspire dread and loyalty parallels Dracula's hypnotic control over victims and minions. Vlad the Impaler closely mirrors Count Dracula, both in historical context and character traits. Vlad is the perfect match. His life directly inspired Stoker's creation, with the name Dracula derived from Vlad's father, Vlad II Dracul, who was part of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order. Dracul means dragon in Romanian, and Vlad III was called Dracula, meaning son of the dragon. Like the Count, Vlad was a nobleman of a remote, rugged land, wielding power through fear and cunning. his impalement tactics designed to terrify enemies. Both figures blend charisma with cruelty. Vlad's leadership rallied Wallachians against the Ottomans, just as Dracula's charm ensnares victims like Harker and Mina. Vlad's historical context, defending a Christian stronghold against an encroaching empire, parallels Dracula's struggle against Van Helsing's righteous crusade, casting him as both villain and defender of his domain. Moreover, Vlad's legend, like Dracula's, is steeped in ambiguity. Was he a monster or a patriot? The Count's complex allure, noble yet damned, powerful yet cursed, finds its closest echo in Vlad's duality as a ruthless ruler and a cultural hero in Romania. Vlad's blend of historical reality and mythic terror makes him the Count's truest counterpart. Dracula is a timeless tale of humanity's battle against primal evil, embodied in a charismatic predator who manipulates, dominates, and feeds on the vulnerable. Vlad the Impaler historical tie to the Dracula legend, combined with his blend of ruthless power, strategic cunning, and enduring mystique, makes him the closest echo of Stoker's vampire. In the shadowed corridors of history, Vlad's legacy, like Dracula's, lingers as a haunting reminder of the thin line between human and monster.